Welcome to our Middle East briefing show. Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of U.S. politics and international relations. First up, Donald Trump's stance on foreign policy is shifting. Once a champion of no new wars, he's now supporting Israeli military actions against Iran, stirring up criticism from allies like Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Greene. This internal debate highlights the complex balancing act between geopolitical interests and domestic politics, especially with the U.S. dispatching a carrier group to the Middle East. Next, in a dramatic G7 moment, Trump left the summit early, warning Tehran residents to evacuate amid rising tensions over Iran's nuclear program. While he stays cautious about direct involvement, his sudden departure underscores the urgency of Middle East conflicts and the U.S.'s focus on diplomacy, or lack thereof. Finally, on the tech front, Chinese automotive chip firm SemiDrive is making waves by partnering with a European carmaker, marking its first international collaboration. As they expand globally, competing with giants like Qualcomm, this move signals China's growing influence in the EV industry. Plus, Ukraine continues to impress as a digital pioneer, offering over 40 government services through its Dia app, even amidst ongoing war and COVID-19 challenges. Please continue to watch for more detailed insights. The Independent vividly illustrates the internal conflict within the MAGA movement regarding America's foreign policy, especially concerning Iran and Israel. Prominent figures like Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Greene voice their opposition to U.S. involvement in a potential war with Iran, warning that such a conflict could destroy Trump's presidency and derail his domestic agenda. Despite Trump's initial stance of avoiding endless wars, recent developments reveal a surprising shift, with the U.S. supporting Israeli military actions against Iran's nuclear facilities. This change has sparked criticism from both within Trump's coalition and from libertarian voices like Dave Smith and Tim Dillon, who condemn the escalation and question the real motives behind the intervention, emphasizing that Iran's nuclear ambitions are not the sole or even primary concern for many Americans. The mounting tensions culminate in Trump's early departure from the G7 summit, where he issued a stark warning to Tehran to evacuate the city, signaling a potential move toward direct military engagement, which could complicate his political standing and risk igniting a broader Middle Eastern conflict. The Independent further details Trump's dramatic exit from the G7 summit, driven by his vehement opposition to Iran acquiring nuclear weapons. In a fiery social media post, Trump urged Tehran residents to evacuate, underscoring his unwavering stance against Iran's nuclear ambitions, which he repeatedly claims must be prevented at all costs. His early departure was also strategic, aimed at avoiding discussions that could involve endorsing escalation or supporting Israel's military operations. While Israeli forces have made significant gains by targeting Iranian nuclear sites, the U.S. holds back from direct involvement, with debates swirling over the necessity and consequences of such actions. Trump's insistence on a diplomatic solution contrasts with the aggressive military posture of Israel, and his comments suggest he still believes a negotiated deal with Iran might be possible, though recent actions and rhetoric hint at a possible shift toward more forceful intervention, risking a dangerous escalation in the region. South China Morning Post reports on Chinese automotive chip manufacturer SemiDrive's ambitious plans to expand globally, marking a significant milestone by supplying cockpit chips to a European carmaker. The company's X9 SoC, incorporating high-performance CPUs, GPUs, and AI accelerators, will be used in various European vehicles, signaling China's growing influence in the automotive semiconductor industry. As SemiDrive aims to capture a larger share of the global market, it faces stiff competition from established players like Qualcomm and NXP Semiconductors, which dominate the Chinese and international markets. Supported by Chinese government initiatives to localize chip production, SemiDrive's strategic move into Europe and Japan reflects China's broader push for technological independence amid ongoing trade tensions and export restrictions. Despite challenges in meeting overseas standards and data security regulations, the company's focus on cost efficiency and establishing local offices positions it well to expand into emerging markets, emphasizing China's rising role in the global automotive supply chain. BBC highlights Ukraine's remarkable digital transformation, emphasizing the resilience and ingenuity of its government amid ongoing conflict. Since 2019, Ukraine has pioneered the Dia app, a comprehensive digital platform offering 40 government services, from driving licenses to marriage certificates, accessible via mobile phones. Despite the chaos of the Russian invasion, Dia has not only persisted but expanded, with 22.7 million users and over 130 services available online. This rapid progress is attributed to Ukraine's robust IT workforce, estimated at 300,000 skilled developers, many of whom have worked on complex international projects at a fraction of the cost compared to Western countries. The country's pre-war investment in data exchange infrastructure, modeled after Estonia's successful e-governance system, has been crucial, enabling seamless data flow across agencies and reducing bureaucratic burdens. The wartime urgency has accelerated the government's digital modernization, introducing services like property damage compensation and real-time reporting of Russian troop movements, illustrating how conflict can serve as a catalyst for innovation. Future plans include integrating AI to streamline interactions with citizens, promising a new era of smart governance, though experts advise caution to ensure data reliability and system safety. Deutsche Welle reports on Israel's escalating military strikes against Iran, with a focus on the recent air raids targeting Tehran. Explosions have rocked the Iranian capital, including attacks on Iranian state television, signaling a significant escalation in the ongoing tensions between the two nations. For residents of Tehran, the situation is dire yet inescapable. Leaving the city is not a feasible option amid the relentless strikes. This escalation underscores the fragile and volatile geopolitical landscape, where military actions are intensifying, and the consequences are felt deeply by civilians caught in the crossfire. The strikes reflect a broader strategic confrontation, with Israel actively targeting Iranian infrastructure, signaling a potential shift in regional dynamics and raising concerns about the broader implications for Middle Eastern stability. South China Morning Post recounts the early days of Hong Kong's iconic Hilton Hotel, tracing its origins from the 1950s to its eventual demolition in 1995. The hotel's development was a symbol of Hong Kong's burgeoning economy and global ambitions, with plans announced in 1956 by Hilton executives to establish a luxury hotel in the city. By April 1963, the hotel was operational, promising to attract thousands of tourists annually and bolster the local economy. However, the hotel faced setbacks, including a water shortage that delayed its official opening. Over the next 3 decades, the Hilton became a landmark, hosting countless visitors and becoming a part of Hong Kong's vibrant skyline. Its eventual closure and demolition in 1995 marked the end of an era, replaced by modern office complexes. The story of the Hong Kong Hilton encapsulates the city's rapid growth, shifting priorities, and the relentless march of urban development, illustrating how iconic structures can symbolize both prosperity and change over time. The BBC reports that Inverclyde is preparing to honour the Royal Regiment of Scotland by bestowing upon them the prestigious title of Freedom of Inverclyde, making them the first regiment to receive such an honour. The ceremony, set to take place in Greene next year, will feature a parade through the town centre, a reception at the town hall, and performances by military bands and local artists. This recognition highlights the regiment's extensive service in conflicts worldwide, including Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Balkans, and underscores the deep connection between the community and the armed forces, especially since the regiment's formation in 2006 through the merger of historic Scottish regiments. The decision was unanimously supported by local officials, emphasizing the importance of honoring those who serve and their families, and reflecting Inverclyde's proud military heritage. The South China Morning Post explores the humble button's fascinating history and its evolving role in fashion and culture. Originating around 2000 BC in ancient civilizations such as the Indus Valley, buttons initially served as ornamental symbols of wealth before becoming practical fasteners in Roman times. Over the centuries, they gained popularity across Egypt, China, and Europe, with elaborate designs and precious materials reflecting social status. Today, despite being mass-produced in plastic and metal, buttons have experienced a renaissance in high fashion, exemplified by Chanel's haute couture collections that elevate this tiny accessory to a symbol of craftsmanship and creativity. Designers like Sylvain Peters of Maison Disru's craft intricate, inspired buttons, ranging from astronaut motifs to porcelain peonies, demonstrating that even the smallest details can carry cultural significance and elevate luxury garments, bridging tradition and modern innovation. Yahoo US reports on the rising efforts by Democratic senators to curb President Trump's war powers amid escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. Senator Tim Kaine has introduced a resolution to restrict U.S. military actions against Iran without explicit congressional approval, seeking to prevent the country from becoming embroiled in another prolonged conflict in the Middle East. This move comes as both Trump and other officials warn Iran against attacking U.S. targets, emphasizing the potential for rapid escalation. Kaine's resolution, which is privileged under Senate rules to ensure debate and voting, aims to reinforce Congress's constitutional authority over war decisions, even as it stops short of preventing self-defense. The effort reflects long-standing bipartisan concerns about unchecked presidential military authority, especially following Trump's previous veto of similar measures after ordering the killing of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, underscoring ongoing debates over the balance of power in U.S. foreign policy. The Independent reports on the tumultuous atmosphere at the G7 summit in Canada, where President Donald Trump's unpredictable stance threatens to derail efforts by the world's leading democracies to present a unified front on Russia sanctions and Middle East tensions. Trump openly questioned the decision to exclude Russia from the G8, suggesting it was a mistake, and indicated he might refuse to sign a joint statement addressing Iran and Israel, which aims to monitor Iran's activities and promote civilian protection amid escalating conflicts. While UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and other leaders pushed for de-escalation in the Middle East and discussed sanctions on Russia, Trump's reluctance to support collective measures, coupled with his suggestion that China be included in the G7, added to the summit's chaos. The summit's dynamics reveal deep divisions, with European nations wary of Trump's unpredictable approach, and a former UK diplomat highlighting the fragile consensus among G7 members who share concerns over Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional escalation, yet are divided on how to proceed amidst Trump's reluctance to fully commit. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.